Hi, my name is Joe McCamey, and I want to take you through a quick demo or overview of exactly what my RX appointments can do for you. So, first of all, we all need patient intake forms, and it's so nice if we can get folks to fill them out online so that we have all of their information before they ever show up. Listen, it took me hours and hours to figure out how to make all this work together and do it in what is a HIPAA compliant manner. So let's check it out. Let me show you what we have, and then you can ask any questions that you want. All right, so the first thing that'll happen is your patient will come to your website and you'll create some kind of link. It might be a button like this right here, or it could be a banner like this right here. They'll click the link and it will take them to a form that we create for you that'll look something similar to this. Okay, so they'll fill out all their information, and so that we didn't waste time with you on the video or demo today, I filled out that information, and then it takes me to this page, which will be a vaccine screening form. Now, it may be something different depending on the type of appointment that you have set up. So we've done testing appointments, we've done antibody appointments, we've done antigen appointments. So basically anything you can think of, we can set up a form and an appointment type for, okay? So let's run through this real quick. So the patient says, oh, this is my first dose. Or if they say it's their second, you'll see it'll populate or automatically appear over here so you can find out the date of their first dose. So down here, of course, they'll answer all the different screening questions, and then they'll say, oh yeah, I answered yes to one of the questions, and then it forces them to type an explanation of their yes, and this will show up on your form at a later date. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click no there just for demonstration's sake. We're going to click next, and for COVID vaccinations in particular, this is super important. Let's say they have no insurance. So they're going to click no insurance there, and then they're going to put in the last four of their social, a mother's maiden name, and they're going to click next. And you notice it asks for their social security number, and if it does that, it enters it there, or their state ID number. If it does that, it pops up so they can enter it here, or their driver's license number, same deal. Now, what if they had commercial insurance? All right, so insurance, not Medicare. It's going to pop up and it's going to show them an example of a commercial insurance card, and then it's going to ask for that information. So hopefully it helps them fill it out, and you'll have that in your hands before they ever show up at your pharmacy. Or maybe they're on Medicare, so kind of a similar thing. It's going to show them a Medicare example card, and hopefully they'll be able to figure out what they need to do in order to put their Medicare number there. All right. So when they click next, it's going to take them to an appointment setting site that's going to look similar to this. They're going to click an appointment time, and then it's going to pop up and look similar to this. And it's going to actually pre-populate their information into this appointment scheduling system based on what they did in the HIPAA compliant forms. Now, as a side note on the HIPAA compliant forms, not only will we have those forms created for you, but if you have need for any other type of HIPAA compliant forms, such as an RX transfer request or an RX refill request, or just simply updating insurance information, things like that that do contain PHI, you'll receive also with our accounts 20 forms for you to use on your own in whatever manner you wish. Now, those are forms you'll set up yourself, but they're HIPAA compliant forms that you can gather patient information in. That's kind of a side bonus to the service that we offer to you. Okay. So then they're going to hit confirm appointment, and it's going to give them a page that looks similar to this. They can add it to their calendar if they want, and then you're going to receive an email as well as them. They're going to receive an email as well that looks something similar to this. Okay, so it gives them their appointment information. They'll also receive information based on their appointment type that has specific instructions for that appointment type. You also are going to receive potentially a couple of emails that look like this. And we really wanted to avoid having any PHI going out in emails. So what we did is we created a system so that you can click this link. It's going to pop up and ask you for a password. And then you're going to enter your password, and then you're going to download that patient's form. And it's going to look something similar to this. So it's going to have your logo there. It's going to say what kind of appointment it is. It's going to auto-populate. This is all the information your patient just entered, okay? And then it's going to have their electronic signature down there. Now, some pharmacies are choosing to go ahead and have the patient sign as well, or some pharmacies feel like the digital signature that they agreed to is is enough. So you're going to have that. And then if you're doing antibody and antigen testing, we also have an invoice form for you automatically that will populate, that you can download, that you can hand to your patient, and they can attempt to be reimbursed by their insurance company. So just another example here. This is the point of care antigen testing, okay? And of course it gives the reasons why. And these forms are things that we already have established for you. Now, if you need to slightly tweak a form or a question or two, we're glad to do that. However, if it's more than just a tweak, we do have a custom service that you can sign up for, and we can create any kind of custom form that you want as long as you have the digital version of it already. And then we'll create also an electronic form that matches that so that we can populate that data for you. So that's in our custom setup. Again, we're glad to tweak a couple of these forms any way you want to, but if it gets to be too extensive, we'll do a custom setup. And you can just ask us about that and we'll figure that out. Again, another example of an invoice for the antigen testing. Of course, it'll have your logo and your pharmacy name at the bottom. And then here is an example of the COVID-19 vaccine consent form that has all the patient's information completed here, all their answers that they inputted themselves on the yes or no questions, and then of course all the terms that they agree to throughout the process. We clicked through that pretty quickly earlier. And then information that you can put here based on which dose it is, where the route that it was administered, the date administered, all the information that you're going to need to keep on file as well. And then here is the explanation of the yes answers. So you'll have those. Now you notice we do leave blank, do you feel sick today? Because you should ask that the day of the vaccine. So that's the kind of information that you're going to receive from your patient and have auto-populated right there in your forms that you're going to download, saving you a ton of time every time that you do an appointment. Now, it's also going to save you a ton of time to have us set this up for you. So I know what happens with me. Many times I will think, oh man, I can set that up myself. And 2, 3, 4, 5 hours into it, I'm going, man, sure would have been nice to pay somebody to do this. So don't reinvent the wheel. We have a lot of this setup done for you, and we can get it turned around pretty quickly in most cases so that you can be up and running with your appointments and your vaccines just as soon as possible. So get in touch with us. Go ahead and get enrolled if you don't have any questions. If you do have questions, feel free to get in touch with us, and we will get all of those questions answered for you. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to watch this quick demonstration, and we hope to be able to serve you soon.